You're back with Talk to Me with Brenda, Dion, and Jackson. And Jackson is missing. Action Jackson, you're missing. We are here with director, producer, Raven, drummer, and the handsome singer, Ray Lavender. Of course, Raven is beautiful. We are talking about their current projects and what they see in their near future. I want to go back to Brooklyn Blue Skies because, as we know, it's a series, and you would like for it to go to a second season, right?
Absolutely. I definitely want to do a second season of Brooklyn Blue Sky. We did the first full season, and we shot it in 4 days. And so to be able to have more resources and more cast, and to be able to push the button, I'd love to be able to do that again.
And since you
just need money, but
and one way that people don't realize, the way you get interest in networks and different sponsors is by how popular the show is. So guys, you're talking about you want acting jobs to come to Atlanta, you definitely got to see Brooklyn Blue Skies. It is a series, and it's a good series. Also, we have with us Ray, who is doing Music and Murder.
Yes.
And tell us about that, Ray.
Oh man, Music and Murder. One thing about, before I get into that, one thing about television series, I've always wanted to be in them. And when Greg Galloway, the producer of it, came to me and said, "Hey, I got a series that I'd like you to be in. It's with Amazon Prime." I didn't even know Amazon TV had that, but apparently they did. And he said, "Well, it's with Q Parker from 112, he would be playing your opposite, your nemesis, and then Clifton Powell." Hey, sign me up. This is sounding good, real quick. But yeah, right now I'm on my 6th episode here, filming, and it's fun. I think they about to kill me though. He's not giving me the sides.
Oh no!
And I should have wrote this in my contract for him not to kill me, but I think I'm about to die. So.
You know what? Whenever I saw
my coach.
Who's that?
Clifton Powell.
Oh, he's so great.
Yes,
I've always wanted to work with him, and this time, he's so funny.
Oh yeah.
He's really funny. Yeah, man. He's an amazing person to work with.
Amazing coach who, like I said, he has over 35 years of experience. So
yeah.
Anything he tell me, I'm like, okay.
I had to make him do the "what's up, no."
Now I know a couple people that are out there that could actually fund Brooklyn Blue Skies, and I want to know, guys, if I can get you guys to definitely talk to Raven, but most of all. Now, we know that Empire and Star have a lot of singers on there, and there are a lot of up-and-coming singers, but I bet you they would love to have a seasoned veteran singer like Ray.
Come on.
But Ray, Empire, I better not say that. They probably kill me if I say that. I was going to say Empire is getting kind of,
Yeah, it is a little different now.
Yeah, it's spellbinding. And I sit there and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that, and can't wait till the next week. But you hear me, and I know you know who I'm talking to. We got Ray and Raven here. Come on, put Raven on board. I can't act. You told me I can't, and family is not supposed to tell family they can't act. He told me to stick to theater. But anyway, so Brooklyn Blue Skies, you guys, it's on BET.com,
yes.
BET app.
Yes.
And if you want to see a second season and you want to be able to audition for these projects, you got to support local independent film producers.
Please.
Raven, I want you to talk about being an independent film producer. People get that twisted. They think, oh, they got this money to pay me this big budget. I'm SAG. People don't realize SAG versus non-union when they're talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, for us, Brooklyn was a non-union project.
Right.
And it's just because, Brooklyn Blue Sky was completely self-funded. So it was me and 2 other producers that really funded the whole thing.
Yes.
And we would have love to be able to do more and whatnot, but we just didn't have the resources to actually, like make it a union project.
Yes.
But yeah, when you are independent producing, you have a very limited budget,
Yes.
and you really have to get very creative with how you use the funds, and like you're always going to go over budget. You just are, and so you you really have to be creative. We called in a lot of favors.
Yes.
Whether if you have somebody who makes good food or can offer snacks, or even for the sizzle reel I just did, there's a company I think it's called Black Boy Smile or Black Men Smile, and so they donated like a couple of shirts that we could use for our cast, but all those things are ways to have creative ways to get merchandise or food or services that you can use into your show.
Now, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, you, Ray, got the pleasure of being cast by Raven.
Yes.
My host over here told me he was in Acrimony. I saw Acrimony, but I was sitting up there, I was so engrossed in this woman being crazy. My husband said, oh, that sounds like somebody I know. That sounds like somebody. I said, I ain't that crazy. But anyway, Raven, you cast Acrimony.
Yeah.
We did.
Yes. And it was, I know you love Tyja.
Taraji,
Taraji.
yes.
Okay, everybody already used to me killing names. I don't want no messages about me killing her name, you guys.
I didn't know who that was.
It's all good. It's become part of the show now. You know, it's been every week, so they used to.
Yeah,
they love
everybody
it too.
used to me.
Y'all love it. You
Yeah,
know.
I never get anybody's
That was
name.
the character
I got
in Black
Raven. Yeah, I never get people's name right.
Okay.
If you notice,
Yeah, you killed mine.
She called me D-Rod. I was like, okay, I guess I'm D-Rod today.
Yeah, so I always kill people's names. But as far as you doing a project on someone else's project, are you having any upcoming films that you're casting for?
Yeah. So, I work with Tyler Perry Studios. So we just finished casting a project called The List. And then I'm working on a feature film that's not related with TPS, independent feature film called Tyson's Run. So those are the two projects that we just finished casting one, and we're just starting casting another.
Now, as a casting director, I know personally that you use Actor Access. What other medias do you use?
Honestly, I use Actors Access 95% of the time. So if you are an actor, make sure that you create an account on actorsaccess.com. That's where I'm going to post a lot of the auditions. Interestingly enough, social media is a really great resource as well. So when we did Brooklyn, before I met my wife, we just put out a post on social media, said, hey, actors, are you interested? And usually actors submit, friends of actors submit them. So between the two of them, that's pretty much how I get the word out about audition notices.
Okay. Now, Ray, if somebody wanted you for a movie, and I got to get my budget up before I go even looking at you. If somebody wanted you for a movie, how would they go about getting in touch with you?
I'm with the People Store. I'm with an agency out here with the People Store, and that's how I think you guys got me on.
Yeah.
But I am on Actors Access as well, so if they want to do it that way, they can do that, or just plain old hit me on Instagram.
Oh, that's how I got him on Instagram. I know he probably thought I was some psycho.
I didn't think he was crazy.
Well, you know what? A good friend of ours actually was talking to you.
Rodney Perry?
Yeah. And,
That's my boy.
That's one of my mentors too.
Yeah, and so when he was talking to her, and I was texting him, and I was like, oh God, I hope it didn't go to the wrong person. And he was like, yeah, Brenda, yeah, you got me, you got the right person. He's used to me being like that. Everybody's used to me being like that. But anyway, it is so wonderful to have you here. And Rodney, guess what? He beat you on.
Oh, Rodney hasn't been here?
He's coming.
Mother's Day special.
Okay.
You keep saying, Rodney gonna kill me. He gonna say, I got you saying that. But anyway, he's coming. Rodney and I have a lot in common. Remember I told you, hey, I knew your situation you were going through with a family member. Rodney helped me through a tough time.
Yeah.
And after that connection, he couldn't get rid of me. He's probably like, oh my God, this is like the 7-year itch. You keep coming back. But anyway, the connection with you guys is so funny because Rodney was also
Yeah.
in Medea's Family Reunion,
Yes,
and I loved him in it. So doing these projects when you're casting, and everybody knows Tyler Perry, our home guy, Tyler Perry. When people hear Raven, is it kind of difficult as a director, producer, when you're trying to separate the two, the casting director from the director?
Oh, that's a really good question. It's a really good question, actually. For me, I love casting, but I do consider myself an artist, and I consider myself as an artist, as a director, and a producer. Right. And I think a part of the reason why I create my own projects is because I do want people to see me or know me for being more than just a casting director. And so I guess, so you're right. So a part of the reason why I do what I do is so I can prove to myself and others that as much as I love casting, and I'm so blessed to be doing what I do, I really, really, really have a love for directing, and I'm able to do that by writing and creating my own work.
It's funny because I started off staff writing. People don't realize there's a big difference in staff writing and actually being the screenplay writer and the creator. And every time I would put in a project somebody submitted, they were like, "Oh, this is great. I'm glad you gave me this." And they would want to take ownership. And I was like, "Oh, no, it's no more cast writing. I'm the screenplay writer. I'm the creator." So that became a difference and differentiate. I'm the creator this time, and I'm not selling it. And a lot of people don't realize when you go from one role to the other, you got to make that division.
Yes.
But we definitely love you as a casting director, and we're glad
you.
that stuff is coming up, more stuff. Now, the sizzle reel, I definitely want to get back to that because as an independent producer, you have to put your funds in, but people don't realize you market a lot of your sizzle reel to festivals because you get a lot of attention. Tell us about that and what particular festivals are you aiming at?
Yeah, so one thing I know that I'm not good at is marketing and promotion. When I did Good Girls, we filmed it, and it was like, oh, I guess I have to find a way to get people to see it now. And so festivals are great. So for Brooklyn, we were in the American Black Film Festival in Miami. Wow. We did, what else did we do? What's the one here? Bronze Lens. We did the Bronze Lens Film Festival. Yes. We did another one, which is escaping me right now.
Peachtree?
No, we didn't do Peachtree. I forgot what it was, though. But that was a great way of letting people know about the project. But it's not enough. Yeah. And so as wonderful as festivals are, there's still a lot of grassroots efforts that you have to do. And that's what I'm still learning, how do I build an audience? So,
And what's funny, when it comes to projects of your own and you're independent, people don't realize even in promoting it costs money.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what people are like, okay, you did that. It should be easy. It doesn't cost that much, but it goes a lot. And now, because people know you work with Tyler Perry, they think, oh, everything is handed over to you, but they don't know that's a different arena. Because I don't name drop because I got a cousin that's in the business doing very well, and when I go to a function and my cousin is there and they see me walk in and they see me with my cousin, they're like, hold up, and I want to say so bad, but I got my own project and I have to take that back seat because I don't want to be attached, which it would be a good thing to be attached. I wish you fund my project and stop that, but no, I'm sorry. He told me I better not do that. But anyway, I don't do that because I want people to see it's me and it's not that name that's attached to me. Yeah. Do you find that?
Yeah, I want my work to speak for itself.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm blessed to be able to work with Tyler Perry Studios, but I want my work to speak for itself, and I understand that my work is very different from what Tyler Perry does, and that's fine, but I just want to be able to say, you know what, this is what I did, this is what I created, and the blessing is that like I have someone great to learn from.
Yes.
You know,
That's
so
the thing. He's
yeah.
seen something special in you, so
Yeah.
that right off the rip should just let people know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That she has that eye for, talent, and also
Hope
now
so.
she,
No.
Well, you know what? With that being said, so I have no. There's like, you don't understand what you did for me. So like I was telling you about Raven.
Yes.
Like I was talking about you the other day, right, John? I was talking about you in my interview, and I don't think you know how special the moment was. What you did. So. My daughter, you remember, was going
Yeah.
through the heart surgery.
Yes.
And you called me and you was like, okay, we have the audition. And I told you I couldn't do it because of my daughter's heart surgery. Well, she didn't forget me.
Yes.
After my daughter had her surgery, my daughter's 7 and fine and running around playing all good. And she's good now. But I was so torn. I knew I couldn't do with Tyler. I knew I had to be there for my baby. But after I was done, Raven called me back
Yes.
for another play, and I got to play, and with the money I used for my daughter's medicine and all that stuff.
Yes.
But it's bigger than it's not just you casting me. It was you remembering. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, you're walking around here saving lives and don't even understand what you're doing. Like these people, I'm pretty sure a lot of they didn't even know how they were gonna pay their light bill.
Yes.
I will say I know that what I do is I take it very seriously because I understand like this is your dream. You've invested so much that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
And for me to just be able to crack that door open, like I can't walk you through it, but I can crack it open. Like I understand that I'm in a very, very, very unique position.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, you're so nice, but like I just really get like if it were me, you
Yeah.
know, and if
Yeah.
someone was like, hey, I can just crack open this door, I would want that experience to be something that I can say, you know what, they made it easy for me to walk in.
Yeah,
you know?
I did the MC Hammer dance through the.
You know what's funny? Speaking of people that make it easy, I actually had an experience with Tyler Perry, and I had did a YouTube video, and I took it down because I was so embarrassed. I was like, Brenda, I had actually did not know I had MS at the time, and I was stuttering, forgetting lines and all that. And when he messaged me, I said, oh God, I got hacked again, or it's another stalker, somebody playing with me. And I ignored him. And then I got this call. And I'm like, okay, this nut has gotten my number somehow or another. And it was so unusual. And for him to say, you rather put your best foot forward and get out there and look good than look bad for 30 seconds. And I was like, okay, take that video down because you look like a nutcase. But it's that, and Raven, I definitely learned that because it's during the time I was having those issues and stuff, I did some auditions for you and I was like, okay, and it, not knowing what was going on, why I was stuttering or why I was forgetting stuff. The kindness of people when they're telling you, you know, maybe this role isn't for you, maybe next time.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That is definitely important. And I know you were going
Oh,
through
I've
something.
been told that a million times. You know what? With auditions, you can't hold them personal.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because I go in and I expect to get the role. I'm that confident, but after I do the audition, I put it behind me and go to the next
to
one.
the next, move on, just keep going.
Yes, yes.
Now, I actually did a series in Florida called Hit Women, and I went in for one of the lead roles, and I ended up getting the mom. And I said, I must look like a killer to everybody. I am serious. Or like some kind of, because it actually ended up being a part where I was a hit woman's mom. And I wasn't a nice mom. I actually popped somebody upside the head with a skillet, so I must have that, about. But guys, we're gonna take a break again, and we'll be back with you to wrap up. And thank you guys for joining us here with Ray Drummond and
Raven Lavender.
Okay, y'all use
People call me Ray Drummer. You can call me Ray Drummer.
It's Raven Lavender. That's who I am
Never
today.
fails. I'm loving it. Talk to me. Talk to me.
We're both Ray. We're both Ray. You know, Ray Drummer, Ray Lavender.
If you guys have been watching this show for a while, you know it's coming. I'm gonna do it sooner or later, and more sooner than later. So we'll see you in a little while. Love, peace. Oh
We'll
my
be back, y'all.
Damn.